When I first became pregnant, I was 18. I felt really scared because I was worried about what people would think and about telling my parents. I realised that my mood wasn't right. The first few weeks that she was at home, I just felt really isolated and lonely.
Kia was about a month old when I started to notice that things weren't quite right. I would literally stay awake, worrying about the worst case scenario. I would barely sleep. I would be anxious all the time. I wouldn't let anyone else look after her. I kind of took on the weight of looking after this baby all completely by myself.
All my friends around me, they all had jobs and they was going to university and college, and I just felt like I was going downhill because I was just not doing anything with myself.
Young parents are more likely to experience postnatal depression or anxiety or to feel overwhelmed with the needs of a young baby. They may be isolated, they may not have a good network of support around them, and for those factors that's increased risk for both parental mental health, but also we know that that's a real risk for infant mental health and baby's well-being and future development.
When Amelia was 4 months old, I went to the doctors about my moods and I was prescribed antidepressants, but I didn't feel like my mood was lifting, so I went back to the doctors and they just kept upping the dose. Amelia was around 1.5 when I took the overdose. It was really hard for me because I loved Amelia so much and I didn't want to have to feel like this around her. She wasn't getting the happy side of me and I wasn't able to express the happiness and love as much as I should have.
They need to feel cared for and supported for them to be able to really attune to their baby's needs and really meet their child's needs. That support is often missing for young parents. Acacia provides that level of intervention that will just help reduce risks of emotional behavioural problems in the next generation.
The Young Parents Project is unique because we're the only service in Birmingham that offers specific tailored help for young parents suffering with pre or postnatal depression and anxiety. We visit mums in their own homes, which I think is a big factor in terms of getting mums to engage with us. The fact that we can visit them at home, that there's no pressure, and try and support them in all sorts of different ways.
It helped a lot when I had Hannah from Acacia come round for the home visits, because she'd come round every week to see how I was and how my moods had been, and it just felt really nice knowing that someone was actually willing to help and she'd been through it herself, and I think that's really important.
Part of the ethos of the Acacia Young Parents Project is that we can go out and give our mums some hope and reassurance for the future, to realise that they're not alone, that there are lots of mums who suffer in this way, and it's not something to feel guilty or ashamed of. It's an illness like any other illness. It needs treating and it needs support. It's really important that we get that across to our mums, that there is that semblance of hope for the future.
These are some of the positive self-statements that you need to say to yourself when you are having a bad time.
Some of the strategies we might use would be mood diaries, food diaries, trying to pinpoint what some of the trigger points are. We've helped mums with looking for jobs. We've helped mums feel less isolated. We can attend baby groups with mums if they're struggling to get out of the house. Really, depending on what they need, we will try and provide it. If we can't provide it, we will signpost.
My role with Acacia is to offer clinical supervision to the young parent project workers. I also refer into the project and I co-work some of the cases that Acacia sees.
I credit Acacia home visits to me not having anxiety as much anymore. I think what really helped coming from Acacia was just having someone to talk to who was non-biased. I just never felt like they judged me or looked down on me. And if anything, having the one-to-one was a reminder that no, you are doing an amazing job as a mum and you're a credit to your child.
We come from an ethos of caring and nurturing. We want to make a difference in these mums' lives and we're passionate about what we do. We'll go the extra mile to make the difference.
How about we do it together?
I wanted to get back into work and that's why Hannah encouraged me. We Googled salons in my area, but I struggled with what to say on the phone. So then we wrote down together what I should say, and we practiced, and then we gave them a call. And that's when I managed to get an interview for the salon that I'm working at now. When my moods was low, I felt like I couldn't play with Amelia and be as happy as she was. But since being back at work and my moods have lifted, I feel like I've got more energy and I'm able to express the happiness and love for her a lot more. Good girl, Amelia.
We know that this project works. The evidence of families moving forward and achieving their goals, resolving their kind of difficulties that they've entered with is very strong. There's a real track record of this work being really effective.
I feel really grateful that I was able to have the support of Acacia and from Hannah. I don't know where I'd be right now if I didn't have that support.